with another day in the bag. Welcome back. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. But to all my fellow followers out there, I'd just like to say thank you for staying through to the channel and keep expanding and let others know what's going on here so we can grow our portfolio together. So, welcome back again. I'm Damani. I do invest in the market. I've been doing this for quite a while, over 7 to 8 years. And I do this also for a living and also to build my portfolio to generate wealth. So, again, welcome back. Please like, subscribe, and let us know what you think on the channel so we can grow your account and my account together. So, with the market approaching an all-time high, you can see that for the last 5 years, S&P 500 back in February. Yep, there we go, February 7th. Of this year, we rallied to an all-time high in S&P 500, and also Nasdaq is approaching its all-time high again. If you go on the max, you can see that this year around January, I would say around February, if I'm not mistaken, February 2nd, NASDAQ was at an all-time high. And once we reach all-time high, what we normally do, think about it, ask yourself this question. Let's go over to what we called our stock, our breakdown, our chart. I use Thinkorswim. You all know that by now, who really follow me, see what's going on. So back in February, I think it was like February 2nd, around there, start my computers. This one is in right here, our all-time high. This was, this is telling me that it was back in December, but I don't think so. I think it was February 2nd where we hit an all-time high in NASDAQ, and we're almost there again. So 6 months later, we're almost there again. If you can see that this is where Nasdaq is trading now, I drew my line to simplify and let me know when we're at an all-time high again. Because again, once we're there, what we normally do, we hit what we did. As soon as we hit all-time high, what we did, we corrected ourselves. We continued to trade sideways, upward, downward. We pushed up again to test to see if the bear was strong, if the bulls were strong enough. But guess what? The bear sentiment shifted, and what we did, we pulled back. Again, we pushed up and tried to recover. And here comes Donald Trump with all the tariffs. And what we did, we pulled back to a 1 year low. Let's look on the 3 year chart. Yep, we pulled back to a 3 year low. So we gave up everything that we had acquired 3 years ago. And what we did, since the president started making deals, the market started pushing up, correct? And now that it's looping over overhead, that soon or later there will be some correction in the market. One is that from the tariff, we're still not at a concluded level as yet, saying that the tariffs are off the table completely, because what the president is trying to do now is trying to fix and make deal with all these countries. But if not, guess what? We're going to feel the pain in the market. We're going to go right back to where we were or even lower. So we might give up all of what we gained for the last 4 years. And this is where I'll draw this line, because this is where we're trading prior to the last 3 years. So I'm definitely bullish on the market. But when the market set up itself like this, it's hard for me not to acknowledge and see this and simplify and prepare myself for it. Like what happened with the tariffs. I was partially prepared because I made like $7,000 or $8,000 just from trading SQQ. So look at SQ. Let's go over to SQQ. We can see that for the last 180 days, we made a new low. What we normally do when we made a new low, we made a new low here. We're trading here. What we did, we pushed right up on the tariffs, um, find their way into our backyard. And what we did, we gave it right back up, pulling back down. All right. So from all my day traders, looking forward to SQQ. Definitely, I am. You can see that most of these stocks are super overbought. But one stock that's on the table right now that I definitely think is up for a run, and they're going to continue to run and run and run. And this is the reason why I think we should all agree to buy the dip in AMD. So analysts are saying that AMD is business is booming, and going forward, AMD will be revealing some of its new AI infrastructure, some of its new AI chip, some of its new AI product that it have to bring towards the world, not just the United States but the world. And also the president of um, which is Elon Musk, the president of Tesla, informed us that hey, he will be investing a lot in AMD and also Intel, buying up their chips um, to put into his new Tesla with robotaxi and all of this stuff. So therefore, for the next quarter for AMD, definitely I see them beating earnings, and most of Wall Street right now is paying attention to AMD. As we can see, for the last five, I would say for the last 5 days, AMD has been killing it. When I say killing, AMD has been on the run. Look at this. AMD was literally trading. Let's go back a month ago. If you had bought AMD or even like AMD and said, hey, this is where I want to invest some money. Back in April, if you had bought AMD at $78 a share, the stock is currently trading at $126 right now. Right now. Let's look up some of the specs. The market cap is $204.9 billion market cap out there. The 52 weeks high is I would say they have it at 128, and the stock was at 126, 127 today. The stock had bounced back tremendously to and I because this is what for the and year to date, this is the highest the stock has ever been. But 1 year ago, if you had bought AMD, you'd have been down tremendously because the stock was trading in the 170s. And with time, I can tell you that this stock is going to recover to somewhat that much because again, you have to take into perspective that Nasdaq is at an all-time high, and with Nasdaq being at almost at an all-time high, how further can we climb? And also, what we always do when we're at an all-time high, we definitely show signs of pulling back. And the simplest, the slightest news, the market will take that into perspective and just go flying down like a plane coming from the sky, dropping hard. So we have to take these stuff into perspective as well. Same thing goes for Meta. Meta, if you had bought Meta, you can see that I drew this line. This line was drew back in April 21st. April 21st, Super Meta was trading at $479 a share. Now Meta is trading over $700. So if you had bought Meta, then you would have been up over 47% on your investment. This is something that you have to take into perspective. But let's break it down. What Meta always do once Meta is super overbought, like it is now, what it does, super overbought, you can see that on the RSI, pulls back, correct itself, and then pushed up again. Why? Because it's going to make a newer high. So it corrected itself because it's super overbought. Now look what it did. It pulled back again. So chances are you can see Meta in like 740 weeks from now. Definitely we can see Meta trading over 750 or $760 a share. That is super interesting. So some of these stocks you have to take into perspective and ask yourself, are these stocks overbought? Is it worth the time? Is it worth the minute or the weeks to hold? Just like UNH, we saw that UNH get hammered hard, and look what it did. It reversed, consolidate until we push right back up. But there's just one stock I want to go over. Why? Because I think for the long term, this stock is going to be super exciting and super profiting. Look what it did previously. Pulled back, got rejected, and normally find support at the 200-day moving average, and it pulled back even more. Pushed up, got rejected, then Look, it did not find support again at the simple the 200-day moving average. It pulled right back, and look what it did. Took off. And it's just the other day earnings came out and the guidance wasn't good. They beat earnings, and look what it did. Consolidate, pull back from the norm where it normally finds support at the 200-day, and now find support and in the reversal stage. So again, these are portfolio growers. These are stocks that build your portfolio to a better way forward. So again, forget all the big names, forget all the overbought stocks, and do your due diligence and look into some of these stocks, because boy, I can tell you, weeks from now, months from now, we are going to be seeing these stocks way elevated above our head. And we're going to say, only if we had known, but it's right here. And I'm telling you, so you can look at 10-year Treasury yield bouncing and trading the same place where it was trading before. Is that something we want to pay attention to? Definitely yes. Because why? When 10-year Treasury yield continue to soar higher, we feel it in the market where the market pulls back. But I'm astonished to see that 10-year Treasury yield is right here, and the bulls are just fighting their way to show you that the market wants to go higher, regardless of what's going on in the Middle East. We got some tension in the Middle East, and the market still traded over 300 points today. Nasdaq traded over 300 points today, closing in. Let's just go over that real quick to see. Closing in over 300. When we just got a fairly news that the Middle East tension had ease, and that's it, and market pushed up. So again, you don't want to be left out, none whatsoever. So again, do your due diligence, go over some of those stocks, and ask yourself if it's worth your time buying, or even worth a space on your portfolio. But definitely, I see AMD at the end of the year trading higher and higher. So I don't know what else to tell you rather than I can say, look, listen, and make your decision to buy. But these are some portfolios gainers, I can tell you that. So until then, like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel. Let others know what's going on here, and share the channel so others can see. Until then, I'll see you.